What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new album from the band Funereal Presence, entitled Achatius. This is released on Sepulchral Voice Records, the Ajna Offensive. Now, if you're not too familiar with this project, they are based out of New York City, New York. And the best way to describe the sound of this project would be a very traditional, elaborate, conceptual style of black metal. Funereal Presence is a one-man project formed by a guy by the name of Bestial Devotion. You may know him best for his work with another very well-known and well-regarded U.S. black metal band entitled Negative Plane. This is his solo project. He plays everything. He does everything. He does the vocals, the guitars, bass, drums, writes lyrics. He has a very, very ingenious and creative sort of mind. And with his solo project, he has put out some very, very stellar material. From the very first Funereal Presence EP in 2011 to the very first time we got a full-length album from this project entitled The Archer Takes Aim. Everything about that album was just stellar and impressive, from the guitar riffs to the overall psychedelic vibes and feelings you got from listening to the way he plays the guitar, to the drum blasts, to the vocals, the reverb style. Just a very, very psychotic and creative sort of record, and it was all altogether very impressive. And yeah, it's been more than 5 long years since we had heard something from this particular black metal project until the inclusion of a new song got introduced to the masses in the form of Wherein 7 Celestial Beasts Are Revealed to Him. Everything about that song made me fall in love with this project all over again, from the cowbell hits to the blasts, to the drums, to the riffs, to the vocals, just overall creativity, and it was shaping up to be an even more superior record to The Archer Takes Aim. But yeah, here we are with the second Funereal Presence album entitled Achatius. It's only 4 tracks, and it clocks in at around 48 minutes in length, so be prepared for a very lengthy sort of journey here. This is a very lengthy 48-minute record, but once I got into the groove of listening to this album over and over again, I not only think that this is a much superior record to The Archer Takes Aim, but I honestly would consider this to be the best piece of extreme metal I've heard in 2019 so far. As far as I'm concerned, this is the album to beat. This is the one to beat right now. Everything about this album, from the minute you hear the opening segments of Wherein Achatius is Awakened and Called Upon to the very last track of this record, it's just so engrossing, so elaborate, so finely detailed. Every single track has its own special sort of feelings and nuances, and it just sounds awesome. I mean, every single track has a very distinct sort of name. It begins with the word wherein, like the opening track is Wherein Achatius is Awakened and Called Upon, Wherein a Messenger of the Devil Appears, Wherein 7 Celestial Beasts Are Revealed to Him, which I'll talk about again in a minute, and Wherein Achatius is Flossed to the Hills of Violation. Pretty much, the more you listen to these songs, the more in-depth and detail you get from listening to the lyrics, the storytelling being done here throughout this record, and the accompanying musicianship that's being played here by Bestial Devotion. It is just insane to listen to. The guitar playing on here, like on the previous record, is just as sweeping and as bombastic as it ever has been before. Just the tremolo riffs, the leads, the soloing, just every single detail being played with this guitar just sounds phenomenal. That is the main star and takeaway point of listening to Achatius, is this guitar playing. It just sounds so smooth. Going back to Wherein 7 Celestial Beasts Are Revealed to Him, you have this little acoustic sort of thing going on at the beginning of the song, and then you get taken to a completely different turn with the guitar riffs, the riffs, the soloing, the expertise. all along while matching together with some really awesome bottom end and even more awesome drum work. The drum work on here is so fantastic and so well played. Just the cowbell hits, which I think just lit me up anytime I heard those cowbells, to the blast beats, to the fills, just to the overall drive and creativity behind this drum performance. It's really, really fantastic, and I love that so much about Achatius, is this amazing fast-paced drum performance. Even when things begin to take a little bit of a lull and slow down just a little bit, this drum performance just never lets up. It is relentless, it is breathtaking, and I love everything about this drum performance. Once again, going back to the guitar playing and bottom end work, everything sounds awesome. The riffs feel good. The lower bass moments sound really good too. And it's just an overall well played and well executed sort of record. And when it comes to the vocals, it's pretty much the same sort of routine like you heard last time. You hear Bestial Devotion's vocals, his growls, his rasps sound as maniacal and as twisted as ever. He just has a very distinctive sort of vocal delivery. And here on the 4 lengthy, long tracks that are on this album, he weaves a very strong story to be told. This concept is just so wild and crazy. I love how he does this vocal performance throughout this record, from just being manic and creative to just straight out being evil sounding. I love his vocal performance, and it's definitely one of the best things about this record as well. And honestly, it goes back to when I first read the promo for this record. I was reading, you know how bands have the press releases and everything. I was reading about what Achatius was all about, and then going to the very end of it, I believe, if I'm quoting him rightly, he said that he makes the black metal music that no one makes for him. So I think this is a very, very strong and telling sort of thing that Bestial Devotion said when it came to the making of this album. I make the music that no one wants to make for me. And I feel that with Funereal Presence, he has made a very, very amazing piece of black metal, and definitely something that will stand the test of time and could be looked back on for decades more to come. So overall, this is album of the year for 2019 for me right now. Who knows if something's going to come over and knock it off, but until then, Achatius is an absolute masterpiece of US black metal. If you are a fan of Funereal Presence, if you are a fan of Negative Plane, you will find such great enjoyment with this record. Incredible drum work, incredible guitar playing, incredible vocals, great lyrics, just such a sweeping, masterful piece of black metal here. And you will appreciate hearing cowbells in black metal. So I'm going to leave you some links in the description box of how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Funereal Presence Bandcamp page where you can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it, buy it digitally, and it is available physically as a CD and 12-inch vinyl. To the best of my knowledge, CDs are still readily available. Vinyl version is pretty much damn near about to be sold out. And of course, this is the vinyl version that I have in my hands here. This beautiful artwork that graces the cover here, uncoated stock on the jacket. Back cover here with track listings and label information. Very cool printed inner sleeve here with lyrics for all of the songs, more artwork, more additional artwork, photography. There's Bestial Devotion himself, and I believe all the copies come on a standard black vinyl. You get the most out of the grooves on this record here, and it's a very, very awesome sounding record. Sepulchral and Ajna did a phenomenal job with this record, and I definitely would recommend this to anybody who's into black metal, especially from the United States. So, again, the album is Achatius by Funereal Presence. This is released on the Sepulchral Voice Records and the Ajna Offensive. Go support this. This is mandatory purchasing. And for a score, I'm going to give this the highest score I can possibly give, and that is a perfect 10 out of 10. Absolute black metal masterpiece from probably one of the best and strongest minds within US black metal going right now. So if you haven't heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it, how you feel about it, and how you think it compares to previous Funereal Presence releases. Are any of you guys into Funereal Presence? Definitely let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. And until the next time, Army Hill out.